Welcome back. Since October 2023, Israel is continuing with its crimes against humanity and with this genocide war against the Gazan people, killing more than 61,000 Palestinians, mostly women, children and minors. And in the last few days, a number of developments took place. The most important was when the Israeli Security Cabinet released a decision to reoccupy Gaza, to expand their military presence there and to control Gaza City, as Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu said. There was global condemnation of the whole issue, and the UN also decided that there is going to be a security an urgent or emergency security council meeting to discuss this situation. Also, there are a number of countries, European ones, in addition to Canada, who said that they are going to recognize an independent Palestinian state. To shed more light on this, we are very much delighted to have with us via phone His Excellency Ambassador Ayman Mosharafa, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you very much for being with us, sir, and a very good morning.
A very good morning to you and a very good morning to the audience.
Ambassador Mosharafa, how do you see the statements or the announcements which were released by a number of European countries or Western countries saying that they plan to recognize a Palestinian state next September in the UN Security Council meetings, or in the General Assembly of the United Nations?
I see it, of course, as a very encouraging statement. You have some European countries, plus Canada, plus Australia and New Zealand. They are saying that they are going to recognize the state of Palestine in the General Assembly, in the next meeting of the General Assembly in September, which is a milestone towards Palestine independence and implementation of the two-state solution, which is a very important step towards finding a final settlement for the Palestinian cause. Because the core of the Arab-Israeli conflict is the Palestinian cause, and most of the international community several times have reiterated that the state solution should be implemented to settle the Palestinian issue.
Sir, also Germany was one of the closest allies to Israel, and Germany also announced that they are going to stop exporting weapons to Israel until further notice. And only a few hours ago, our top diplomat, Badr Abdelati, held a phone call with his German counterpart, Johann Wadephil, discussing the same issue, and both top diplomats expressed concern with what's going on in the Palestinian territories, and Wadephil really expressed full appreciation for the Egyptian efforts to stop the bloodshed and to guarantee the access of humanitarian aid to the Palestinian people. How do you see this, sir, whether the German situation or stance right now, or regarding the continuous Egyptian efforts to help or to support the Palestinian cause?
I do see historically Germany has shied out of condemning clearly Israel for its action for historical reasons. But due to the pressure of the public opinion and the political elite in Germany, the German government was really forced to stop at least the lethal weapon shipment to Israel, which would, this kind of weapon have contributed to the genocide, the ongoing genocide, which killed more than 60,000 Palestinians and injured more than 150. I mean, the totality of 10% of the whole Gaza Strip. So it was an expected move to do this, because without that, Germany would be an accomplice to this ongoing genocide. And of course, I think the call of Dr. Badr Abdelati is to encourage Germany, and it was a very good step. The Egyptian diplomacy always was encouraging the European and the Western community to take a bold action against Israel, to force, to convince them to put more pressure on the Israeli government to stop the ongoing matter.
Ambassador Mosharafa, in addition to the global condemnation to the latest Israeli decision to reoccupy Gaza and take full control of Gaza City, there are other pressures from inside Israel. Here I'm going to quote what the Israeli opposition leader Yair Lapid said. He slammed the plan and saying that it will cause disaster. And he spoke in more details, but how do you see this as another kind of pressure, and how Netanyahu is going to deal with the issue, whether from inside or from outside?
Lapid is fishing in troubled water. He's using the issue of the Israeli hostage to talk to his constituency. You know, I lost faith totally in the Israeli political elite to stand up to what I see as genocide. They have lost totally the moral case in stopping this genocide. I do believe that more pressure should be exerted from the international community. The internal constituency in Israel is not capable to influence Netanyahu, because already Netanyahu has a minor vote in the Knesset. He is in alliance with the most religious Orthodox party and have a slight minority. So he could continue with his own policy of genocide and destruction without being voted out from the Knesset. Netanyahu has a policy of trying to prolong the war as much as he can, because he knows very well the point that the war will stop. He would go to court, and his coalition government will collapse immediately, and they will be liable.
This is exactly what Yair Lapid said. He said it. He accused Netanyahu as lying to the nation and placing his own political interests above those of the public.
It is quite clear that Netanyahu always is putting his personal interests, his ongoing political career on better than the welfare of the public or the welfare of the...
these are the voices which are coming from Israel itself. Sir, let's return back to another important issue, which is the aid. And Greece entered yesterday with, or shared yesterday with dropping about 8 or 8.5 tons of humanitarian aid on the Gazans, and this is of course in cooperation and coordination with Egypt and other Middle Eastern countries, in addition to other European countries which followed suit. How do you see the importance of this, and how do you see the importance of the inclusion of Western countries in accessing humanitarian aid to the Gazans?
I do see the airdrop as a drop in the sea. The airdrop, first of all, is very costly. Second, it could deliver very, very little quantity, and it has its shortcoming. The airdrop sometimes is killing more people on the ground than alleviating the suffering. 14 tons here, 40 tons there is not enough. Gaza Strip needs daily 700 trucks.
600 to 700 trucks, yes.
Between 600 and 700. Even before the war, from the Rafah border crossing, we were delivering around 750 daily trucks to the Gaza Strip for survival, from fuel to medicines to foodstuffs. The airdrop is not enough, and it's dangerous. But it's a drop in the sea. It's better than nothing. It is a good effort from the Western community to help alleviate the suffering. But we need a total opening of all border crossings to save the Palestinians. You have 500,000 Palestinians on the immediate verge of death by hunger. You have
Yeah.
up till now 170 Palestinians dead from immediate cause of hunger, which is a shame on the international community.
Including 100 children.
100 children.
Yes,
And,
amen to that. Sir,
what's happening is a shame, really.
Sir, in a month from now, in the UN General Assembly, it goes without saying that the situation in Gaza is going to top the agenda of talks, or at least it's going to be one of the most important topics to be discussed. In your vision, how the Donald Trump administration is going to find excuses this time for the Israeli genocide war, or their tone is going to be at least a little bit different?
The General Assembly usually it's oratory platform. That means it's the talking platform, condemnation and things like that, and statements for each country. Each country will try to express their indignation, their condemnation, their anger towards what's happening, but we need a swift action from the Security Council. And the Security Council, of course, is always thwarted by the American veto. So it's good, of course. We see a very heated debate in the security, in the General Assembly this time. We would see the international conscience rising up, but it's not enough. We need a sanction, and a sanction which would hurt Israel and would cause Israel to stop this madness.
Sir, when it comes to this, also the Arab League held an extraordinary summit. Also, when Foreign Minister of Turkey Hakan Fidan was here, said that the OIC is going to discuss the issue. How do you see the role of other international organizations tackling the Palestinian cause and the latest developments in Gaza?
I see that the OIC and the Arab League are a part of the General Assembly. I do hope that the OIC, which is 58 members, and the Arab League, another 20 members, that will participate in the General Assembly, and that will make a heated diplomatic effort to line up all the members of the General Assembly against Israel, and to have a unanimous resolution against what is happening, and asking the international community and the Security Council and the United States to impose sanctions on Israel and to impose the two-state solution. And of course, if you have a maximum state which would recognize Israel, which recognize the state of Palestine, it would be a very good milestone for the independence of Palestine, and technically and de facto you will have a Palestinian state. Nevertheless, it's an occupied state, but it's an entity which is already recognized by several countries.
You mentioned a very important statement, sir, regarding the two-state solution. Now we do hear the two-state solution more than any other time. I mean, as far as we read the news and the statements released by heads of states, Western heads of states and Western leaders speaking about the two-state solution now as the only way to restore peace and stability in the Middle East. What's your vision regarding that, sir?
Of course, the two solution would be at the beginning of imposing, it's a de facto good beginning, illegal recognition, but we need this to be on the ground too. Right now, the West Bank is riddled with 1 million Israeli settlers. Gaza is occupied, so the two-state solution technically it could not be imposed, but with this political, recognition, it will come by time. You have around 6 million Palestinians living in the West Bank and Gaza, and another 7 million in the diaspora. So that you have 14 million Palestinians, they are there. And one upon a time, they will have their own state.
Well, let's wait and see, and let's hope that tomorrow is going to be a better day and we are going to enjoy peace and stability in the Middle East. Well, sir, thank you very much for your input. We were very much delighted to have with us via phone His Excellency Ambassador Ayman Mosharafa, former Assistant Foreign Minister. And by this, we come to the end of our episode. Stay tuned on Online TV International always for more. Many thanks for watching. This was Nermeen Abdurrahman.